Hello everyone, it's Chris Wootini from GayGamer.net here with another weekly video podcast. I want to start this week with a little movie recommendation. Definitely check out Big Hero 6. I finally got around to seeing it and it's terrific. And luckily, because my husband wasn't interested in seeing it, I could go see it in 3D. He doesn't care for 3D, but I was able to see it in 3D because I like 3D. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I would actually like to see a sequel to it because it is kind of a superhero movie, but not really, but kind of. But you only get a little bit of superhero-y at the end. So I would like to see more so that I can see lots more superheroing and not the origin. Because origins are always obnoxious because it takes like an hour and a half to get anybody their powers and into a costume and whatever. So, but it's really fun. It's no Incredibles, but it's definitely worth checking out. And as for games, I finally decided that it was time to put Alien Isolation back in my Xbox One and try to play that again, because I had bought that on launch day, actually, because I had pre-ordered it. Normally I wouldn't have cared and I would have gotten it at some point, but I had pre-ordered it because I wanted the DLC, and if you pre-ordered it, you got like all this DLC for free. So I said, well, what the hell, I'll get it eventually anyway, so why not pre-order it and get the free DLC? And then I won't have to pay for it later. The problem is that I started to play it, and I played it for like 2 days, and then suddenly there was Fantasy Life that I had to review. So I had to dive into that, and oh no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. It was Fantasia. That's the thing. Fantasia, like a couple days later, I get my review copy of Fantasia, so then I'm like, alright, well now I gotta play Fantasia. And then Fantasy Life, and then finally I was like, alright. Because Fantasy Life is portable, it was so addictive that I would play it when I was home, but I said, let me play that on the train, and I'll play my consoles at home. And I tried, and I literally got 1 day in of Alien Isolation, and then Lego Batman 3 shows up. So I got my review copy of Lego Batman 3 from Warner Bros. Interactive, and I have been playing that. Not that I mind, I do love a good Lego game, and they're pretty much all good. I mean, they're all kind of the same thing. You go level to level and smash things up and collect Lego pieces and unlock everything, and yay. I will say that Lego Batman 3 is a nice improvement on Lego Batman 2 because by the third level you're playing characters other than Batman and Robin. Like, it's a lot faster than in Lego Batman 2, where you see Superman, but then you don't get to play as Superman until like almost halfway through the game, and the rest of them don't even show up until like the last couple levels. And that was really frustrating because I wanted to play as the Justice League. But now you get the Justice League right off the bat. It's a big Justice League story, and there's all these villains and all these heroes, and Brainiac's trying to shrink the Earth, and it's a big boodle, and it's super fun. I will say that I sort of miss the open Gotham City of Lego Batman 2, because that was kind of fun to just explore around. There doesn't appear to be anything like that here. Your hub is the Justice League Watchtower space station, and like there's plenty of places to go in there to do stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, I kind of liked having a city to explore. That just seemed like more fun. You can go to the, you are traveling across the galaxy, though, Unfortunately, it's to all the Lantern worlds, and I'm sorry, I preferred it when it was just a Green Lantern and the yellow guy. And then there's purple, now there's indigo and red, orange, and it's just blue. It's complicated and annoying, and I just preferred when it was just a Green Lantern. But it's great fun. the thing that killed me is, and I knew this going into it, so as soon as Wonder Woman became a playable character, I immediately started flying around with her, because when you fly around with Superman, you hear the John Williams theme tune, and when you fly around with Wonder Woman, you get this. And it's super awesome. Unfortunately, it's kind of ruined by the fact that she's wearing the New 52 costume, which is basically gray and blue and dark, dark red. I miss the gold and the bright red and blue. Because it's weird, because Superman's costume in this game is the New 52 costume as well, but it's a bright blue. It's not the dark, dingy blue that's in Wonder Woman's costume. That's practically black. If you want that, though, there is like a DLC pack of Man of Steel, so you can dress him in the dingy blue that's really ugly, if that's your thing. Personally, I prefer the comic book costumes, and I would like them to be in their bright, awesome comic book costumes. Now, the other characters are, Batman's is still pretty similar, so it's not that different. But Superman and Wonder Woman, especially Wonder Woman, hers is really dark and ugly in this game because it's New 52. And that's just me as a big comic book nerd, and a longtime comic book fan who prefers the classic looks over these newer ones. And I would actually, if there isn't original comic book costumes in the game already, I would actually pay for a DLC pack of original comic book costumes. Because normally I wouldn't pay for DLC that just gives you extra costumes. I would only pay if it gives you like extra gameplay. But I would actually pay for costumes if they were classic comic costumes. Because the New 52 ones are just, I don't like them. But the game is a hoot and a half. The dialogue is very funny. It's all very clever and cute. Except, I now hate Conan O'Brien. He's sort of inexplicably hanging out on the Watchtower. I don't really know why. And he seems to be in multiple places, so maybe it's like Conan clones that they just staff the station with, I don't know. But he's standing in front of the level selector, and every time you go up to select the level you want to play, he gives his little speech. He makes his little joke. Oh, I was asking around about this thing. Turns out they call it some kind of, best I could find out was this big ball that lets you pick levels, or some stupid, like, that's the joke. It's not a good joke. And I keep trying to pick my level as quickly as possible, so it cuts him off. Because you also can't beat him up. I tried to smash him into little Lego pieces, but he's invulnerable, so that's irritating. And it's one thing when he's just hanging around at side things, and when you get closer, he explains what it is and what it does, which is kind of redundant because when you get close to the teleport door, it comes up on the screen, there's text that says you can use this door to teleport to the Hall of Justice. So I don't really need Conan O'Brien standing there talking about how you can come to the Hall of Justice by walking through here. It's redundant and unnecessary. But every time you try to select a level, which is every time you want to select a level, which is often, he gives the same joke. And he didn't even record like 3 or 4 different jokes. It's the same line every single time. And it's driving me up the wall. So I don't want to select levels anymore. But I have to play through the game. It's also hard for me to play through this game because these games really test my video game OCD. And I just want to smash everything and collect all the pieces. But you can't do that on the first try when you're first doing a level because you don't have all the characters and you don't have all the extra abilities that you need to, get all the secrets at once. You can only get that during free play when you can select from a whole bunch of different characters with a bunch of different abilities. So you just have to push through, and I'll come back later. But in the first few levels, I kept trying to collect everything and get all the Lego pieces and fill up my meter and get true hero rating at least. But then I thought, no, because you're going to go back and do it again later, and it'll be easier to get true hero because you can get more pieces. So just play the game. And it's killing me with my OCD to not smash everything in sight and try to collect as much as I can and just play the story so that I can get a review up on gaygamer.net next week, hopefully. I feel like I'm close to the end. We'll see. So that's it for me. I gotta go play some more Lego Batman 3. And you should go see Big Hero 6 if you haven't already. And I will see you back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. See ya!